The mighty snake, Leviathan, squeezed the life out of the final deranged individual. 4 corpses lay scattered about the campsite, their unnatural smiles forever plastering their pink-tinged faces. Sheathing his longsword, Captain Kalkan nodded at Tarazi, then he leaned in to give Levi a nuzzle. This was the before times, before the radiation sickness had changed Levi, before that fateful day at the gates of Starfall. Tarazi returned the nod to his captain, then wiped his shield and sword clean. "Strange," Kalkan said as he stoked the fire. "In the heat of combat, it feels like we've been clashing steel for an eternity. In reality, it rarely takes more than 30 seconds. He grins at his fellow Nagaji. "Tell me, Tarazi Vidas, what's your impression of Numeria so far?" A wry smile crosses the younger Nagaji's face. "This is a hostile land, Captain. Even the rain itself can burn you. The red fish can stain your mouth forever. And now these smilers attack us without cause. This land doesn't want us here, and the feeling is becoming mutual." He clears his throat and looks down at the ground, embarrassed for a moment. "I apologize. I, of course, do not object to this assignment, sir." Mirgesh Kalkan narrows his eyes at his companion for a moment. Then the two burst out laughing. "Oh, my friend," the captain says, still chuckling, "your candor is always welcome, as is your blade and your bow. Nalinavati only knows what else we may find here. You speak truthfully, this is a dangerous place. But we have already seen some of the wonders, have we not? The remains of that giant scorpion-like creature underneath Scrapwall, huh? That was fascinating, yes?" He playfully elbowed Tarazi, but Tarazi only feigned irritation in response. "That scowl makes your face look even uglier, you know." He chuckled to himself and stood to his feet. He took a long drink from his water skin, then murmured an incantation, and a gallon of water appeared, half of it over the fire and part of it over Tarazi's boots. "Oops," Kalkan said. "I missed." Before Tarazi could protest too much, the captain clambered gracefully onto the riding saddle, his serpentine form silhouetted in the sputtering flames. He finished dousing the fire, plunging the three into darkness. "Let us seek a more defensible position for the night, then. On your feet, soldier." Tarazi snapped to attention, his soggy boots making a comical squelching sound. "I hear there's been something fantastic found underneath the city of Torch, you know," the captain said as they began their trek. "Oh? You mean the giant purple flame isn't natural?" Tarazi snorted as the three descended the hillside. "Indeed. And I hear that apparently it's custom there to gift live chickens." "You're kidding, right?" The conversation fades into the distance. Barely perceptible in the darkness, a metallic form emerges from the brush surrounding the now abandoned campsite. Moonlight reflects softly off the surface of a glowing glass orb. This is Pot Against the Machine.
Pot Against the Machine.
Welcome back to Pot Against the Machine, the only Pathfinder actual play that stands behind your house, invisible, and whispers sweet nothings into your ear. I'm your host, and here's everybody.
I got shipped.
Nothing.
I was going to say I don't love it, but I do love that.
Have we come up
Isaac
with? We haven't come
personally
up
got
with.
shipped, apparently, with Hirsek Moncher.
Here's Zach.
That's true. Here is Zach.
Yeah, can't argue with that. Previously on the program, the party continued searching through the various caves, making their way generally towards where they believe the Migo are supposed to be headquartered up in the northern part of the valley. But on the way, they did notice some smoke rising from near the bend in the river. So the party decided they might as well go check out the smoke before checking out the weird pink aliens. Make their way across the river, worked out a little bit of a plan where Tarazi would sneak up on this fire, which appeared to be a campfire, and he did, invisibly creeping up, rolling extremely well, and found that there was a tiefling hanging out at a fire with a little tent all by himself. Tarazi came back, told everybody else what he'd found, and then the rest of the party came and tried to meet this fellow. Well, Alwyn and Kira came out to meet the fellow while everyone else hid, but he saw through the lies pretty easily, apparently. Introduced himself as Hirsek Kaio, who you eventually managed to convince him to reveal that he'd been hired by the Technic League to come in search of one of their missing lieutenants who had entered the valley, perhaps under some deceptive circumstances, and had not been seen since. Though you may have gotten off on the wrong foot with all of you trying to lie to him and him trying to conceal the fact that he worked for, the big evil people that everyone hates, eventually you all decided that a little bit of strength in numbers, and maybe since everyone thinks that Hirsek is kind of attractive and needs to go out with Zach the player, apparently, you would travel together for the time being until any circumstances where you might part. Perhaps if he finds what he's looking for, or you find what you're looking for, or you convince him to leave the Technic League in the dust. And that's where we are now. Notably, Asuma is kind of trailing behind all of you in the woods now, as you did not see fit to tell the Technic League hireling that you had an alien in your party.
The main part is very capable for. We met her like 10 minutes before we met him. We didn't lie.
We just forgot.
Yeah, I will say that the last time one of Giroux's characters got memorably caught in a lie was with Plant Friend. And I can only hope this ends better than that encounter for her sex sake.
Didn't technically lose the arm. He just got a little bit chewed on.
No, but we had to murder Plant Friend was the thing.
Even though it was a literal baby.
It still haunts.
It's on brand.
I still hear in my head, why would you lie? Just years later. So, it sticks with you. That's, ladies and gentlemen, Sam. He knows how to voice an name.
Sam.
Even a plantopus.
It was a very normal creature, and just wanted to know why Vargas would lie to it.
Why would you lie?
I don't remember what Vargas lied about. Did I say we weren't made out of blood or something?
I think so.
That was it.
You said
Wasn't
you tried to say like, taste my arm. It doesn't taste good. This is what the rest of us taste like. I believe was the particular ruse, and they were just like, "Why would you lie? You're so delicious."
Keep heading.
Well, yeah. So this is all of us then. Right, we're just gonna be like, oh, look at that, 4 arms. She seems friendly. Or should we just kind of pull the Band-Aid off now?
Yeah, I vote we pull the Band-Aid off. It's gonna be much easier to fight people when we have a part of the party not hiding.
Who's got the bluff skills?
What do I have for bluff? I have high charisma, so I have a plus 13.
Well, beats my plus
just-
0.
Just tell him we forgot, which is kind of true. It's not even a bluff.
Or, what? What are you doing here?
Crazy.
Man, I didn't know we were going to run into you. Of all the places in the Scar of the Spider.
It's a small scar. It's actually like a huge
We're
scar.
actually going to point her out and not just have her keep silently following us and hope he doesn't notice. I'm trying to think, what would be the actual bluff? It's like, look, an alien! Maybe it's friendly, we should talk to it.
I think we're still at the point where we're kind of like, yeah, and there's also this. So I feel
Yeah.
like this is probably a good point to be like, let's trickle just a little bit more truth to you. But I don't think it's going to be Brixby that's going to call Asuma out.
I was gonna say it's gotta.
And notably, Hersek still hasn't actually seen Brixby. Just heard his voice.
Yeah, that's... Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm just a disembodied voice, so that is true. I'm invisible.
I don't know, have we been talking to him for 12 minutes at this point? Are you still invisible?
Oh, you could... Okay, Asuma could come out and move their mouth, and I could talk and stay invisible.
You
And
just
then-
climb up onto her.
Yeah, the whole time, just spamming invisibility spells. All of my... It's not like I need level 2 spells for Scorching Ray or anything.
Swarm.
No, just hide on her back, under her cloak or something. Under the, No, you go up on the other shoulder as, a mirrored of the other...
The Orm for
The Orm for
the Orm for
Hide and
bricks.
a rat on the other.
Oh my god.
But yeah, if we're gonna tell him, I guess Alwyn would just say, have you noticed anyone following behind us?
I suppose he'll roll a perception check. And she will roll a stealth check.
Because there is someone.
And he says, I was wondering when you all would notice. Shall we circle around behind them and get the drop on whoever our tail is?
That's probably a good idea. We earlier met a strange creature, and I believe she was friendly. If it's her, we could possibly group up. And if you want me to roll a bluff on that.
If you'd like, yeah, sure.
A 30.
Well,
Which I'm worried about because I feel like I got a 34 on another one before
we
and
scored
failed.
pretty well last time.
Yeah, with that, can we put one of those bags of bananagrams in one of her forehands and be like, she's here with positive intent? If you consider bananagrams positive intent, depending on your
Always.
experience.
well,
I hate not knowing if a 30 is a pass or not because that feels like that should be another.
he seems to buy the idea that Alwyn thinks this thing is friendly, but he still keeps a hand on his sword and says, if you say so, I believe I will stay prepared. If there are not very many friendly things in this particular valley.
Yeah, it's a good chance that it could be something else instead. But if it is her, that would be very lucky of us.
Just fireballs
Going rogue.
it. This is like a magus or something. We have no idea. Just
Tarazi.
I told him it was an alien, so if he sees it, it's an alien. Hopefully he won't attack. I didn't describe her in any way other than an alien, so...
Tarazi would ask Hirsek in Androthan, do you speak this language of the stars?
And he'll mostly just give you a confused look.
Oh, this could work out so well.
I like this. We're all saying this in Androffen to one another.
Says, Je ne parle pas. I do not know what you are saying.
Tarazi would just apologize.
Oh, well, simply inquiring as to whether or not you speak that language that I have seen in different ruins.
That is the the star language, whatever you people call it in this place. I have not been in Numeria
Yes.
for very long, I'm afraid.
I would suggest learning it if possible. Many of the old robots, like the kind your employers are looking for, also speak it. And more often than not, if you're able to communicate with them, they won't attack you.
That sounds like a bluff.
I learned it from my friend.
That's not a bluff.
Just
Pretty
walk
much,
up and
if
hug
we're
'em.
lucky enough to talk to any of these things, a lot of times we've been able to roll like we haven't been good at it, but we've had the option.
I don't remember
I
all
don't
that many
know.
non-violent robots.
Yeah, I remember. Like, yeah, because I feel like a lot of robots that have communicated to us are like, "Stop doing what you're doing," and we're like, "What?" And
Prepare
it's
to
like,
die.
You've chosen death, exactly. It seems to
Yeah,
be-
no, we've had a lot of like ED209 situations.
You have 0 seconds to comply. So you have discovered at least that he doesn't seem to speak Androffen.
Yeah, and he totally wouldn't find it suspicious if all the rest of us kept talking to each other in Androffen
Yeah.
after learning that.
One time I went on a food tour in Vietnam and just so happened that the rest of my group was all German. And so they would all speak to each other, and then this one woman who felt bad for me would turn and be like, "She said the food is good." Thank you. Here's a little lore about me.
And that's exactly what Brixby does. He turns and he's like, "The food is good." That's what he was saying.
None of us are eating.
Throws a goo tube. Just throws a goo tube down. Just this flavored bonjour.
So we're sneaking up on Izuma. I
Who has
guess.
hopefully heard us
Yeah,
speaking in
Yeah, and we all just start talking a little bit louder and in Androffen.
yeah. And she definitely won't find it suspicious if we run into this other guy and then immediately turn around and start stalking her.
Well,
Yeah, fortunately, she seems like the trusting type. That was sarcasm.
well, she's definitely like been following you, not super close, but she hears the little bits of Androffen. I don't know that any of those are super huge hints as to what you guys are doing, so I think she's still hanging back and keeping her distance from you.
Forgot she doesn't speak common.
Yeah, let's slow down. Assume it's a friend. I assume it's a friend. I'm not going to try to roll bluff. That's all in
That's-
Androffen too.
Androffen.
Because I'm still invisible. Doesn't really matter. He's trying to just be
Brixby
like,
won't be the one who gets shot.
no, we're shipped. Oh,
Yeah, we're locked in.
I'm set.
That's true. Well, I think with Brixby calling out that it's a friend, Asuma will sort of tentatively approach the group of you, and Hersek draws his sword, sort of just standing there watching as this 7-foot-tall, 4-armed, masked, elongated, hag-headed person wearing an Aurum Voraxide steps out of the woods towards all of you with a giant rifle in 2 of her hands. And she says, I take it we have added another to our group now?
We have more friends.
He's hot but complicated.
Oh.
Also, he doesn't know that you were already part of our group. We just told him we met you earlier and thought you might have been following us. So, if you can maybe act surprised to see us.
What's her bluff?
So I guess Asuma will sort of do big eyes, and
Oh.
I mean, she doesn't have like her no
Oh
part
my
of her face
goodness.
other than eyes is visible, so that's about all she can do to portray surprise. But she'll say, "Yes, I am very surprised to see all of you. I take it that he does not speak this language, or this ruse would be quite sad."
We're not great at ruses.
Yeah,
I mean, we didn't sense his motive, but maybe.
and in the back he's saying, and what is it? What is it saying?
It's
She also
surprised to
thinks
see
you're
us.
hot.
Well, I mean, it is a universal truth.
A given.
He just gives a little.
We all know this.
To the rest of us.
Does a little bow.
Does she bow back?
She'll sort of tentatively bow back. Sort of, it's awkward with a rifle, but she'll have two arms out, two arms holding the rifle, do a little bow back. This is another kindred spirit. Then he will be helping you with whatever it is you're doing.
He'll be helpful. I'm not in, again, this is in Androthan. He'll be helpful, but I don't know if that's going to be fully with his cooperation or not.
Do you want me to kill him?
Not yet, but keep an eye on him. I trust you far more than I trust him. Again, even though he's wicked hot.
Well, sometimes the hottest ones are the most trouble.
It's
It's
true.
an ancient Kasathan saying.
As my grandmother always
He
said.
opens his locket that has Vargas in it and just drags a claw down it. Indeed. Clasps it shut.
And Ursek will tentatively sheath his sword once again and say, this is very strange indeed, but I suppose not all that much stranger than the rest of you. Gives a nod to the lumpy-headed cloaked figure, the red half-orc, the invisible disembodied voice, and of course the talking snake and the giant boneless goopy snake.
And Kira turns to Asuma and an Androthan says, "He thinks you're hot," and then we'll give Brixby a thumbs up.
I just make my paw visible. Just enough for that. So, well, now that we're all gathered, and he dispels invisibility,
Ursek yells, goes, "Ah, mouse!"
just his only fear up until this point has just been totally solid. He's like halfway up a tree right now.
A stool mysteriously appears and he's standing on it.
No, my love, it's fine. It's just me. But really, I think it's advantageous we're all here, and it would probably make sense for us to go to that camp that we were talking about. I think that both of you have skill sets that would be quite useful in surveilling.
And of course, for the rest of the episode, we will be saying everything twice to make sure that it's said in both languages.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Immersion, let's do it. I can't remember fully what I just said.
Well, don't worry, we'll just paste it a second
ruined.
time.
That's good. Yeah, no, we'll do it in post.
Yeah.
That's it.
That-
Double. It's like the double spacing of pods. Like you only record 35 minutes, but you double what everyone is saying, and you're looking at a smooth 70.
This is the greatest innovation in the history of podcast.
Remind Jeff the player, if you will, did we know Therace's ancestry?
I don't know that he specifically said. Yeah, I don't think
That's
that
the disappeared
that
guy,
Hersic
right?
said. Just
Yeah.
that Therace was a lieutenant of the Technic League.
Friend Hirsek, what type of humanoid. Is this Lieutenant Therese, if they are indeed a humanoid?
As far as I know, the Lieutenant Therese is a human. I do not know that all of his party is human, but I suspect they're largely human and human-adjacent people.
Thank you. I sometimes am successful in finding tracks, and that could be helpful in distinguishing which ones they are.
Ah, a fellow tracker. This shall be interesting.
If his survival is anywhere close to his sense motive, Tarazi's going to look like a clown.
It's a track off.
So the first thing you have in front of you is crossing the river once more, now with even more people, to head back up to the north.
The only way the disc works is if you hold me like the Titanic movie. So
I
you
was just
get
going to
on,
say the Titanic.
and then we switch halfway for equity.
Just like in the movie.
For fairness.
just like in the movie.
I am the king of the world.
Le Roi du Monde.
Paint me like one of your androphyn girls.
That's canon.
Oh yeah, it is. Ep title. All right. Well, you good at swimming? You've got a swimmer's physique.
I do not have any ranks in swim, because no one ever has any ranks in swim.
All right. Yeah, that's fine. Get up on the disc.
I think we can...
Or the snake. Whatever you're choosing.
I'm still laughing over that episode title. But I think that you can, figure out basically a shuttling service between the two unsinkable things of the giant goopy snake and the disc. It might just take a trip back.
Tarazi did look a little bit disdainful, as he does have a rank in swim.
Oh, no.
Well, that's good, because then we don't have to go through the logic puzzle of having Tarazi and Brixby on the thing at the same time, because then one will eat the other. But if we have the bag of grain...
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A single cabbage.
Weirdly, Alwyn is half cabbage.
My favorite ancestries.
That weird extraplanar cabbage, you know.
Yeah. You didn't know he was a Cabbage Patch Kid?
Funny thing is, I am
I knew that was his favorite dance move, but I didn't know.
positive that there is like a Leshy cabbage ancestry. There is absolutely got to be that.
And by that extent, there's also a sauerkraut Leshy
Oh,
ancestry
God.
then.
And a
For
kimchi.
those that are not, yeah, I was going to say, for those that are not in the chat,
Kimchi.
Jeff just, maybe vomited just a little bit. Just a casual
Visceral
vomit.
disgust.
A very visceral reaction. Yes.
I can't get past the smell, and as someone who's been congested for like 15 plus years, the fact that it cuts through is not a good thing.
Sauerkraut. So we cross the river.
We do.
And on we go to the northern mini valley,
You just keep heading north, hugging that wall. Yeah.
activating another map here.
Did
No?
old HK have, break down his tent and gather his things? Or is he just leaving it there and planning to go back to sleep?
I think he doused the fire, but probably left the tent, which was a very simple, just canvas thing with some stakes there. The kind of
The
thing.
magical items inside.
I think he's got
The rest of his party.
all his good stuff on him.
It'll make looting his corpse easier.
Yes, just thinking it.
I don't know why you'd say such mean things.
It's okay, we said it in Androphyn.
It's true.
You'll never know.
Character art is so cool.
As you cross up, and the time passes into the afternoon, it's getting on to 2 p.m. at this point, maybe a little bit later. You come to the top of this little miniature offshoot of the valley, where the rocky wall of the valley rises up abruptly, with swaths of green mold clinging to the broken surfaces of the stone. There are mold-encrusted trees and tangles of brambly undergrowth decorating this region, including large, particularly gloppy patches near the entrance of a single cave at the base of the cliff.
Is our communal poison still delayed?
I think split between 5 people, it was 4 hours each.
Yeah.
So
We might
it's up
just
to
wanna do
Sam
it.
as to whether it's been 4 hours.
We might want to do a new casting anyway because we have some. We
Yeah.
got. Yeah.
It's definitely been longer
Take
than
another
4
one of
hours
those.
since you set out for the morning. There's been a lot of cave diving that has slowed things down.
Yeah. I think we did it right before we went into What's-Her-Face's cave. But yeah, it's still been a while, so I will cast another one of that, and that will also be my second use of the rod. Though, if I split it among 7 of us now, I guess.
No, they don't get it. Sorry.
Okay.
Yeah, I won't.
Just
I won't
like 5.
unilaterally decide that for the party. But Asuma and Hirsek are still at best honorary party members. IMO.
Sounds good to me. Does it? No.
Okay, so we each have another 4 hours of delay poison.
Examining the mold, Tarazi gets an adjusted 18 on knowledge nature. Is this a danger situation for our undelayed poison havers?
This mold seems to be... It seems like if you are around too much of it in like a poorly ventilated situation, like a basement kind of thing, it might start to become a problem, just breathing it in, if you don't have any sort of poison protection. Now, it is notable that Asuma, that mask that she's wearing is pretty recognizable to all of you as a filter mask.
I was
So
wondering.
she's good.
That's awesome.
Excellent.
Okay. Tarazi would not relay that to Hirsek because he doesn't know this guy or particularly trust him yet, considering his affiliation with a favorite enemy group of his. So he'll just kind of reach down, look at it, and then, say nothing, and then look to his party and ask if we should enter that cave.
Absolutely.
Let's get in there.
Stride forward all bravely to impress Hirsek.
Do you have any sort of preferred marching order?
We usually let the snakes go first.
Hotties in front.
Do a lot of calisthenics so you breathe real heavy. That would be great.
Yeah, we usually, candidly, you look big and strong. Maybe you want to hang out the front near the snake.
I do not mind
The big one.
spending some time near the front. But as you approach the front of this cave, and as you get closer here, the piles of sludge around the entrance start to lift themselves off the ground and start to move as you close in, as 4 just like living wads of vegetation rise up on 2 thick legs each. I think it's time to roll for initiative.
We have something that characters that weren't us fought in a game that wasn't run by Sam.
This initiative rolling is going to take a long time.
Your adjective is amazing.
Fabulous. That's a good one.
Well, I know my first action on my turn then is going to be to take his hood off and really throw the hair back.
Just
And toss that in slow motion.
glitter dust on yourself.
No, it's time for that vigilante magical girl quick change to finally happen.
Ooh. That's
This makes me
exciting.
want to get back into the game where I have one of those.
So how about the inscrutable Kira? What is your initiative?
I'm concerned because it's high for me. 18 on the die plus a 6 for a 24,
Wow.
which I feel like means I'll be rolling low for the rest of the night.
How about the fabulous Alwyn?
The fabulous Alwyn got a 15 on the die for a 22.
And the escapist Brixby.
I rolled an 18 on the die for a 26.
Dang. High initiatives here.
Fast party.
Smart Tarazi.
Smart Tarazi rolled a 12 on the dice for a 15.
All right, Snake Squad coming in at 15. Where we shall begin combat with the escapist Brixby.
Alrighty, I would like to roll a Knowledgearino on these salads.
Oh man, I gotta figure out what tab they're even on. All right, that would be a knowledge nature.
That is a 7 for a 21.
You are looking at shambling mounds. Now, shambling mounds are also called shamblers. They appear to be heaps of rotting vegetation, but are actually intelligent. They're carnivorous plants with a fondness for flesh, often elf flesh in particular. What serves as a shambler's brain and sensory organs are located in its upper body. They stand about 6 to 9 feet tall and have about 8 feet of girth. They weigh around 4,000 pounds. These ones look to be on the upper end of that range, if you were keeping track here. You do get one question on the noble mound of shamblage.
Okay. Yeah, I kind of want to just like go full send and see if this thing has a weakness or like if that's like a 10% chance. So, all right, I'm gonna pull the group. Attacks, defenses, special qualities, abilities, or what?
I always like defenses because I feel dumb when I hit a thing and it can't be hit.
That's fair. Yeah, let's do those defenses.
Yeah.
All right. Well, they have your standard plant defenses, which are currently opening in a new tab.
They do have standard plant. I was hoping because they had a brain that they wouldn't have all of them.
Immune to mind-affecting effects, charms, compulsions, morale, patterns, phantasms. Immune to paralysis, poison, polymorph, and sleep effects, and stunning. They do not need to sleep, of course. And in addition, shambling mounds in particular are immune to electricity. They are also resistant to fire damage.
That's not the best news for old Bribby. Well, there goes my AoE damage. So I'm gonna select the one that is the center right. I'm gonna grab an adder's tongue and some rhubarb, and I'm gonna fire off an acid arrow. So I'm gonna be attempting a ranged touch attack here. Ranged touchy for 20.
20 will indeed hit ranged touch on the weak-willed shambling mound.
Ooh. All right. Well,
I think legally that one is affected by mind affecting.
And then what am I up to now? It's 5, right? Yeah, it's 5. Oh, that's horrible. Wow. On 5d6, I rolled a 10, gang. So that is 4 points of acid damage and 10 points of sneak attack.
Ooh.
It was like a 1-1-2-2-3 or 2-3-3 or something.
That's not great.
Bad. Yeah, not great. All right, and that's going to be my turn.
All right. Well, Hersek is going to say, we are being sneaky, are we? And he's going to take a 5-foot step up to the weak-willed shambling mound, and he's going to turn on Vital Strike and Power Attack, and just go for... Oh, and he's going to swiftly study this particular target. He's just going to go for one little stab-a-reno with his rapier. And that's a natural 20. Yeah, and he confirms. So let's see. Do you double the extra dice for Vital Strike?
Is it precision damage? What kind of damage is it?
Vital strikey damage.
I don't think so offhand. We can edit that out when I'm inevitably wrong.
Yeah, I don't think you do. So we will just double one of the d6s here. Okay, so that will be 4 cold damage.
Yeah, not multiplied on a crit.
All right, and then 11,
Yep.
12, 13,
Jeff is correct.
plus 30. Jeez. All right, so he does a total of 35 damage to the weak-willed shambling mound, which is not too shabby for a single hit. And that will bring us to the inscrutable Kira.
All right. Kira is going to move her full complement of speed and go for this guy on the right, whose name I don't know, but I'm going to call him Shambler all the way to the right
That's the debonair
with a
shambler.
chainsaw. Is it really?
Yep.
That's great.
Obviously the fanciest
That
one.
is clearly. Natural 17 plus an 18. I need to start rolling these in the game so I don't have to guess what a 17 plus 18 is. But it's, I want to say 35.
It's definitely enough.
Okay, great. I'm going to roll a couple d6. Oh, that's so many ones. 8 plus 22 for 30 points of damage on the rightmost Shambler.
Not too bad.
Oh, and I forgot to say rage. I'm going to rage before my turn ends.
All right.
Now, because these things are plant, do they have like double damage from a chainsaw?
Weirdly, they don't. All right, the deep Asuma is going to take a 5-foot step to her right to get a clear shot at the debonair shambler. And then she is going to hold up her 0 rifle and take 2 shots. She must have deadly. Yeah, she's going to take 3 shots with rapid shot and deadly aim. All right. Yeah, first one hits. So that is... Oh, jeez. 9 plus 21 cold damage. Jeez. These NPCs are too good. Shot number 2 also hits.
Yes.
20 cold damage. And shot number 3 is actually low enough to miss. So Suma did a big chunk of damage, but she didn't quite kill this thing. Which brings us to the fabulous Alwyn.
Hey, the fabulous Alwyn is going to back up just kind of a little bit because he's a little bit closer to this front line than he wants to be, and he also has to move a little bit to make sure that Izuma is within his range of this. And then for his action, he is going to cast haste on everybody except Kira, who gets it automatically when she rages. Everybody can tick on haste, including both of Sam's NPCs, who I'm sure he has open in something that he can put haste on them in.
Bold of you to assume that. I'm doing this analog. Alright, that will bring us...
Oh, I assumed you were, that's why I said it.
That brings us to the weak-willed shambling mound. And he's standing... It's standing in front of Hersek, so let me just see what Hersek's AC is before I roll any attacks. Alright, now I know that. And it's going to go for the slam. Slam number 1. Yeah, that will hit. So that is... Oh, only 9 damage. Not great. But a free attempt to grab. No, wait. 11 damage. And a free attempt to grab. Does a 26 grapple Hersek? It does not. Alright. And the Shambler is going to be a Slambler once again. And he will get slammed once more. 11 more damage. And the free attempt to grab will once again not grab him. So the Slambler Shambler did some damage to Hersek, but didn't manage to grab hold of him. And the smart Tarazi is up next.
Smart Tarazi is going to take a 5-foot step right up into the face of this weak-willed one. That way he's conveniently adjacent to one of the other Shamblers, should he finish off this one with his hasted full attack with the Null Blade. Let's see, 21. Does that hit?
21 hits exactly.
Okay, then they all hit, except the last one of the lowest bab. So I'll start damage on the first one. That is 18. Is it still up?
On the weak-willed, it is indeed still up.
Okay, another 15.
It's still up.
Oh, darn. All 3 hits are going to be on this one. Maybe this will drop it, though. 19.
That is the end of it.
Okay, 1 off the board.
Yes.
And even though they have the reach to not need to, Levi is still going to 5-foot step in front of the muscular shambling mound and do a couple chomperoos. Ooh, wish those teeth were keen, because that's a natural 19 on the first one. We know its AC is 21, so that will hit. Let's see here. Miss on the second. And yeah, 24 on the third. So 2 hits on the muscular one. And we'll do the attempt to grab on the second. Max damage on the first hit, which is number 19. Ooh, and another 19.
That's a big chunk.
And a 35 against its CMD to grab it.
You have grappled the shambling mound.
All right. A decent turn for the Snake Squad. And that will be it for them.
All right, and that brings us up to a bunch of shambling mounds. Let's see, the Debonair shambling mound is up first. It is going to start slamming Kira because Kira's standing right in front of it with a chainsaw. That is a natural 19. I'm going to roll the blur without even being prompted because I know how to play this game after 4 years. 29. That was close.
That is close.
So that is 13 damage.
Okay.
And the free attempt to grab is a natural 3. I don't think that is going to do it.
Not gonna do it.
Slam number 2 is going to be only an 18 to slam.
18 will not do it. Even raging. Wow.
Wow. A rare miss on Kira.
I know. I didn't even have to roll the blur.
All right, that will bring us to the Jockey shambling mound of all things. It is Jockey. And it's got a big old snake standing in front of it. And it doesn't know it can't hit it, so it's going to go for the slams. First one is a 20.
Oh, no, sir.
The second one is worse.
Also no, then.
The muscular shambling mound is going to... that one's grappled, isn't it?
Sure is.
So it's going to try to take over the grapple, I think. So it's,
all right, GL
it's a grappling boy. How about... Oh, that's a good roll. How about a 34 to take control of the grapple?
Rude, but I'll allow it.
Alright, and now that will get you some constricty dues. Just a quick 13 constrict damage from the muscular shambling mound. Is it?
I'd like to argue that because he's so gooby, he just like tries to squeeze him and it just kind of slurps to the side and he takes no damage.
Well, I think it
Fine.
looks extra gross, but I don't think mechanically you get deconstricted. You're just like really, it's really punishing for everyone around you, is what it is.
It's cartoonish, like now his head is just oversized.
Yeah. It's like those squeezy toys where everything gets distorted. And that'll take us to the top of round 2 and the escapist Brixby.
So Brixby is going to pull out a small vial of dark brown liquid and put a blop of it on his finger. Lick it and then spit towards the shambling mounds. I need will saves, and these are not mind affecting, from all of these creatures.
Non-mind affecting will saves.
Oh,
I
yeah.
don't like it. Alright, we're gonna go left to right. So this guy on the far left, the jockey, got a 25.
Oh my god. Yeah, he's fine. Or they're fine. They're doing just great.
The muscular one,
Laughing at
on the other hand, got a 14.
Not so good.
And the debonair, how about a 10?
Well,
Started so
all right,
promising.
So, yeah, much like the delicious molasses that Brixby just licked off of his finger, they are slowed. Thank you, Furcus. This is my first time casting this spell from Furcus's book after memorizing it today, because I kept memorizing displacement and never using it. Anyway, cut that out. And that's my turn.
All right. Well, Hersik, I think, let's see here. I think he's going to take a 5-foot step sort of into the square of the dead shambling mound. And it's not quite flanking with Kira, which is sad, but he's still going to go for the vital strike, study target, power attack on the debonair, slow shambling mound to just be a little bit of a kill stealer. And he does hit. So 8, 20 plus 5 cold. He totally just swoops in and kill steals from Kira. But he looks so good.
Oh, we're gonna
doing
have
it.
such beef.
Oh, he does.
He's just like, it just was so smooth. It was, you can't even really get mad at it. You totally can though. It's up to you.
Oh, I feel I'm unaffected by his good looks.
Well,
I'm affected
I really
enough
wanted
for
to
both
full
of
attack.
us.
Nobody knows one way or another because you are the inscrutable Kira, and it is your turn.
Well, Kira, somewhat disappointed, shoots a look at her sec and then is like, "Good job, I guess."
I just
And
thought
we'll-
you were in trouble.
That's rude.
Well, it's so big and it's so much taller than you. You know, they're very scary.
It's not that much taller. Okay, I just want to. Here we go. Can I move 30 feet?
Puts a not that big sticker on the corpse before we.
I want to like tuck myself into this corner over here, but I have no idea if that's possible.
You
Oh,
would-
well, it's letting me move over there.
You would have to tumble through with acrobatics on the space
Ooh,
of
I
the
don't think I
shambling
have.
mound.
Could you go into this?
Yeah, you could
corner
stand.
of this.
Like over here.
That'll do. That'll do. Still won't full attack. This is fine. Regular attack with a chainsaw. And actually, let's go ahead and roll it over here. 35
Oh.
again. 35 again.
35 will hit again.
9, 22, 31 points of chainsaw damage. At jockey? Is this the jockey one?
That's the muscular one.
Muscular, my bad. I confused them because it's so muscular.
I assume he's got to be a jock with all those muscles.
It's true.
Yeah, that's just what I assume. That's my turn.
All right. Asuma is going to. I guess she's gonna fan out 30 feet to the left here, going past.
Don't forget she's hasted, so she has a little bit more movement.
Oh,
speed
that's
than
true. Then she can go out for a much better shot by going farther out, and then she will take a shot at the jockey. Single shot, deadly aim. Yep, definitely hits these things despite their immaculate touch AC. Ooh. Alright, 21 damage on the one shot. Not too bad. Gunslingers are broken, man. And the fabulous Alwyn is up.
Question. When you were listing off all the plant immunities, I did not hear blinded. Was that correct?
That's a good question. I don't think so, no.
Okay, so as confusing as that is, because I don't think they have eyes.
Well, potatoes have eyes.
That means glitter dust would, in fact, work on these things. So I'm going to do a puff of glitter dust in a 10-foot radius in a way to hit these two, but not hit Goop Snake. And they need to make me, I believe it's fortitude saves against that one. Oh no, will saves. That's an interesting one.
Well, the jockey gets a 13,
That is a fail.
and the muscular gets a 10.
That is also a fail. They are both blind. For the duration is a round a level, but they get another save at the end of each round. So 10 rounds, but they get a save each round.
That's fun for them.
And he is gonna stay where he is because he's at a nice safe distance here.
All right, Snake Squad, you have sitting duck mounds in front of you.
Oh, all this time they were ducks. I thought they were plants. Well, Goop Snake's gonna try and reverse the grapple. Ooh, that might do it. It's a 31.
Yeah, 31 will do it.
Haha, I grapple you. And, I mean, unfortunately that's a standard, but it feels good. And then, yeah, Tarazi's just gonna try and murderate it. Golly, out of all four of those rolls, only the first one's gonna hit. Total trash. At least it's max, so 24 damage.
That finishes off the muscular shambling mound.
Huzzah! That's it for the snacks.
All right. So that brings us to the jockey shambling mound, all alone, unable to see through the potatoes that are mounted at various points on its surface because they're covered in glitter. But it does know that there's a giant snake right in front of it, so it's gonna flail madly. I believe that's its only course of action here. So first, for the slam, not good enough to even bother with the concealment check, and the second slam is a natural 1. At this point, it's just sad.
Yikes.
You should probably let them win, really.
Sad
'cause
Shambler.
It's so sad. Brixby, if you want to burn just like whatever highest level spell you have, now would be the time.
Brixby's gonna move a cash 30 feet to the west and is going to make a touch attack against their blinded, shambling enemy. It's a 27 versus touch.
Yep.
All right.
That
Here
hits it
comes the
3
big
times.
acid damage. 1.
Oh, no.
It's all right. There's some other stuff.
Hey.
These sucked less this time. So that is 1 point of acid damage and 16 points of sneak attack against my blinded foe.
All right. Not too bad.
Reminds me of the bard Elton John's famous song, Hold Me Closer, Blinded Shambler.
Gotta add that one in. Hang on.
It's funny, I deleted my Bruce Springsteen Blinded by the Dust, revved up like a... Yeah, then I stopped because I was like, that isn't funny. No one likes Bruce Springsteen. Maybe you do. Maybe you do. Write in, join our Discord, and let us know.
As someone who does like Bruce Springsteen, it is not revved up, it is cut loose. Get that Manfred Mann revisionism out of here.
I don't even... Oh, yeah, you know what? I am looking at the lyrics of Man for Man's Earth Band. I was making sure that I had it right.
Yeah, they changed that line for some reason.
Man, you have to be cruel as heck when you're like, my surname, Man. My child, Manfred. Man. All right, well, that's it.
All right. Well, Hersik is going to just take his kill-stealing ways all the way over to the only remaining Shambler and go for his Vital Strike. You do. That will indeed hit.
Kira tries to trip him.
That's just mean. He's your friend.
Yeah. Not anymore, he's not.
Wow.
He incurred 3 attacks of opportunity. One from Kira, one from Levi, one from Chris.
I don't even have enough D6s out here. So let's see. 19 plus 3 cold is 22 plus sneak attack is a lot. So 32 damage. It doesn't kill it, but it's looking very hurt. You go, see, I've set it up for you to make up for my faux pas, as you say.
I don't need you to set it up for me, but okay.
I am being friendly. We are a good team, yes?
Don't worry, Big Stuffy made it harder. Go get it.
She will try to go get it. And just shimmy on through this spot and to this spot and roll here. 32.
Yep, that will hit.
All right, let's get some damage. That's doable. Let's see. 8, 11, 22, 33 points of damage.
That is the end of the jockey shambling mound.
She will agree to reluctantly thumbs up her sec. But it's reluctant.
Treasure that reluctant thumbs up sticker. It's one of the last ones in the book.
That was invigorating, eh?
It was okay.
Yeah, nothing like big, deep breaths after a battle.
Smells of rotting vegetation. It's disgusting.
Well, should we check out the cave behind?
Let's check out the cave.
Jeff, are you able to get Goopy Snake in there? Should I shrink him to 5 feet just so you don't... Okay, it lets you move him? Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, nice. Wait, why am I in front?
No, get in front.
No, you're in front. That's the rule.
That's it. Canonically.
In the back, did?
Get up there.
As you all are walking into this horrible mold-encrusted water that's just comes up over the bottoms of your feet and splashes up in the air, and there's the haze of green disgustingness hanging all around you, and as everyone comes in, I do need some fortitude saves.
Oh no.
So since Brixby's in the lead, being the melee monster that he is, why don't he go first?
Is this what's the thing I have the thing for? A disease?
It is indeed a disease effect.
Nice. Not so nice. That's a 15.
You are affected by filth fever. Why don't you make
Good.
me a second fortitude save?
Oh, no.
Well, I'm sorry. You were sickened. You do not have filth fever. Now you make a second fortitude save.
Let's see. Do I have
I wonder what the result of failing this one might be.
Oh my god.
No!
I rolled a nat 1 for a 10.
Guess what? Guess what you got now?
I got the whole filth fever.
You sure do. As Brixby is racked with a hacking bloody cough that produces foul green tinged sputum.
Nice.
No.
Just delightful. Tarazi, since you're second in line, how about we go to you?
That is an 18 total.
All right, 18, you are good. DC 18.
Oh, thank God.
How about Alwyn next down the line?
Wynn feels very good about that then, because he got a nat 20.
All right.
So even though my fort is garbage, that's still a 26.
All right. How about Big Snake?
Also an 18 with a much better roll on the dice and different modifiers. So
He's good as well. How about Kira?
21 total. 7
right.
on the die.
Kira's got it. Hersek is starting to cough. Seems a little sick. But luckily spared from filth fever, at least. And Asuma is fine.
Brixby drops to like the middle of the party. Being both sickened and filth fevered, I am no longer leading the party. Sorry, everybody.
Do you want to switch places?
Yes. Desperately. Because I couldn't even begin to be useful in the lead at this point.
I think noticing that, Alwyn will maybe walk over to Brixby and say, "Are you okay? You don't look very good."
I'm passively coughing. You can't really tell. It's like...
Let's see if this helps. And he is going to cast Remove Disease on Brixby.
Oh, bless. Because I am still trying to figure out how to apply Filth Fever to myself inside of Hero Lab, so that really... That just means I just have to find Sickened and I'm good. Thank you.
Yeah, because I don't think it removes any conditions like that. I think it just removes the disease itself. Ooh, it can kill hazardous parasites. Oh yeah, we know that because the reason I took it was because of the whatchamacallums. It does not prevent reinfection of the same disease at a later date, I see as the last line here, so I'm wondering if I should have waited till we were out of the cave.
It's fine. I'll live forever. I'm...
Also, isn't Brixby floating on his little disc? How did he even get...
Yeah, but even with my
It's all in the
poison and
air.
that, it's all in the air.
Oh, okay.
What is this something that, like, I can roll on this? Is this something that the filter mask would help us out that delay poison would not?
Yeah, the filter masks would probably be of more assistance than the...
I'm going to turn the filter mask on then. After that, he's going to go... That's unnecessary sounds.
As you're
Turn his on.
looping your way through the cave here, as this narrow hallway curves around and widens out into more of a... Not really a room, because it's still just like a cave that's covered with water on the bottom and has just barely 8-foot-high ceilings. You come across a set of 6 humanoid rib cages stained red by ragged scraps of clinging meat and hanging from cords in a grisly row of unlit chandeliers adorning the ceiling in here. The unmistakable odor of rotting flesh mingles with the fetid stink of the soupy swamp water that covers the passage floor here, and the water in this part has deepened to 2 feet deep. The stone bottom is nice and slick now, and at the back of this spot where it starts to narrow again, the wall actually rises 15 feet in the back, so it looks like more like 8 feet high. You will need to be doing some climbing to get further into the cave.
counter,
That's good.
ride that snake. He has a
Yes,
climb
That's
speed.
what I was about to ask. Can I ride the snake? Because I have a very not great climb.
You can get on the disc.
I have an impressively bad climb.
There's room on the sick
Yes, get
disc.
on the snake. Yeah.
I have a +8 to climb, but I would also then have to roll, which, you know.
Right. I have a +1 now because I took a rank in like book 1 after the episode, whatever that episode was.
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
45 minutes of us failing to climb like 10 feet. Yeah.
Yeah, Vargas took a rank after that because he had enough strength that it mattered, but I have a -4, so taking a rank and climb is not going to help me.
I assume so, but I'm still
Halloween will
sickened,
ride the
right?
disc with Brixby.
Yeah, you're still sickened. and
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Hersek is as well.
Yeah, I checked. My thing doesn't remove sickened, it just removes the disease.
Excellent. Get on the disc.
If I have anything. I feel like there's a cantrip that removes sickened, but I don't know if I have that.
Coming at this
I
junction,
do not.
Tarazi will pause to listen and rolls a dirty 30 on perception. So see if there's any indication of, do I hear the sound of a neurocam humming or, predator growling?
Off to the left, you definitely can't make out any words, but it almost sounds like there's some kind of voice or possibly multiple voices speaking and kind of high-pitched voices going back and forth.
Huh, okay. So we found the Woo Girls. Tarazi would let the party know that
I hear some kind of voices, high-pitched. Off to the left, I don't know if we want to stealthily investigate or attempt to come back to that part later and go to the right.
I nod, which is really good for radio. Sorry.
Yeah. If there are people, we should try to sneak up on them in case they want to murder us. Not that Kira would be helpful for that. Kira has like a -2 stealth or something. Someone should sneak. Someone should be doing the sneaking.
I heard something about jello shots. They might not be a threat.
Well, perhaps we should join them for the jello shots. Though I confess I am a bit queasy already. Also, I don't know if any of you saw, but I actually took a couple of hits back there. If any of you have any healing that would not be dismissed out of hand.
Yeah, Halloween
Nope, no
can
healing.
do some healing.
Yeah, Levi took some damage and already wasn't full, so he's at 2/3 right now.
Which one was that? What was that? Hersek asking.
Yeah, Hersek took 22
Okay,
damage.
I thought that was his voice. Yeah. So going to heal Levi, and then unfortunately after that, I'm going to only have level 1 healing left for him. Real hate to see it.
Well, we are all friends here.
Oh no, I don't say anything because then I don't have to roll anything. I'm just going to touch them both and heal them, but he's getting the crappy one. So I'll do that while we're...
All right, well, where are we going, left or right?
I feel like Kira's all for head-on confrontation. Go right.
Yeah.
Confrontation
Someone
is to
should-
the left.
Sorry, yeah, confrontation to the left. You should go left.
Confront that left. Let's do it.
Are we all going? I mean, again, I'm all for head-on confrontation.
I'm still passively, gagging. But,
We might as well, because I feel like, if we're not going to have, somebody that's super, super stealthy lead, we might as well just all go.
Yeah, all right.
Okay.
All right, just make sure that Brixby goes first, because he's, ready to go first.
Again.
After using a combination of the climbing snake and the disc to get everyone up this ledge onto the drippy, goo-laden cave floor up above, you head left at this Y intersection through narrow corridors where Levi has to squeeze himself, literally squeeze through the things, but that's fine for him because that's what he's built to do.
It's true.
Into this, well, it loops around back to the south and opens up into a wider corridor. And as you come out into this wider corridor, with Tarazi and his snake buddy in the lead, they're the first to see this horrid mass of eyes, mouths, and formless flesh staring out at them. And in fact, it's staring out in all directions at once as its countless maws yammer ceaselessly. I'm going to bed.
Boo.
Good night,
Also, good night, Sam.
Good night,
Good night, Sam.
countless maws.
Good night,
Yeah,
countless
good night,
Sams.
unending maws.
Good night, countless maws.
Oh man, everyone knows what that is.
Against the machine. Against the machine.
Pot Against the Machine is property of Network Against the Machine LLC, all rights reserved. Pathfinder and the Iron Gods Adventure Path are property of Paizo Publishing. See their website for more details. Theme Against the Machine was written and performed by our own Zach. See the show notes for additional music and sound licensing. If you enjoyed the show, we encourage you to leave us a review.
Testing, test, testing.
Does this still
test.
work? Does this still work?
Audacity.
Audacity.
Somber wave.
Audacity.
The audacity of it.
Somber. Yep. All right, that's good.
I have too many people.
Well, you shouldn't have given us 4 enemies to
I
fight.
know.
And two
And 2
NPCs.
allies.
No, we can keep those, just less enemies.
No, the allies, we'll just make sure they die off quick. Oh my god.
Well, that's not nice.
Your buddies are fast.
Wait, yes. Good buddies, not bad buddies.